Hello there! Welcome back to Return to Shironagasu Island, where we found out who Wizards is, and it's our lovely Rahel! I wasn't even... To be honest, I wasn't expecting to rat out Rahel at the start of the series. I also wasn't expecting to see, like, actually to die more than a few times. What? That's normal. So, we're just gonna see what Rahel has in store for us. I got this whiskey before the people from the mansion became hostile to us, so don't worry about it being poisoned. But you know, Rahel, you're pretty rough around the edges. Shut up. Who cares about my personality? If you have something to ask, have something to ask me, just ask. Well, am I allowed to say rather nice comments? Some of them may flatter you. Dude. But you should understand that there are certain things I can't tell you. Okay. My first question... Okay, that's actually a good one about Rahel's real background. Let's see. So, what organization do you belong to? CIA? MI6? As I said, there are things I can't talk about. Fair enough, so that's one of them. I can't just tell you who I'm working for, moron. Don't worry, I understand, alright? I won't ask again. How did you manage to get into the guest list? You made your way onto this island, by using an invitation sent to someone else, didn't you? More of those subjects I can't really talk about. Fuck. So you're playing hard to get. Well played. But alright. Yes, my invitation was originally sent to someone else. Someone named Sean Boxer. He was knee-deep in problems, and we managed to insure him. We won't send an undercover investigator to the island. So I cut a deal with him, and became his representative. That works. He ended up being hospitalized with a sudden illness. I see how that is. I see. However, the people working on this mansion are quite cautious. It would be difficult to convince them that you're a relative of one of the guests. And yet we did the exact same oh, close enough. Relatively close. Who are you, really? I wasn't lying when I told you I was a physician in Washington. Of course, I'm not doing that work anymore. And I only worked as a physician for about a year. And then you got hired by the CIA. Or MI6. What kind of reputation did you have as a physician? What? Why are you asking about that? Information. Nothing out of the ordinary. I see. Well, with her personality, it wouldn't surprise me if she had a bad reputation. Why am I really annoyed with you right now? Okay, so she's a light drinker. Wizards is a strange alias. Are you a basketball fan? Huh? When I was a student, I used to play basketball. So yeah. Amazing information. I shouldn't have chosen a word associated with Washington. But most people would not associate wizards with Washington. Yeah, most people wouldn't. But don't forget that someone rather special made the connection. Okay, I also didn't make the connection, so yay. I just blindly guessed, pretty much. Neneko is a Musiki. Still passages such a unique ability. Yet she can't utter a single word without tripping over her tongue. What? Why are you so mean to me? However, Rahel, you weren't the only guest on the medical background. Isn't it difficult to deceive others without having the knowledge of an active physician? I was planning to brush up on my studies, so I wouldn't be exposed. However, knowing too much is not good either. It's easier to play the part of an ignorant little woman than that of an outstanding doctor. Fair enough. I can kind of see the ideal advantage with that. Fair enough. I see. I want more information. And how she got on this island. This is very important. Tell me about your weapons and skills. I have a Glock 30 with a spare magazine. That's the only gun I brought with me. Close quarters martial arts, hacking, sabotage skills, and so on. I have turned in almost everything. I should train in almost everything. Looks like you came in handy then, although you're not very well armed. Well, I only went through quick assumptions, knowing that 2 out of the 3 were dead before we died. Don't be silly. I plan to use the Glock 42, which has an even smaller magazine size, and I'm quite familiar with it. I didn't expect a large battle to happen, and only planned on using a gun in emergencies. Fair enough. Unfortunately, it looks like a large battle is about to happen. I'm glad there aren't many people from this mansion, but I'm rather worried about the monster. That monster. It's a humanoid biological weapon, developed for the military. I haven't had to face it myself yet. I don't think we can easily neutralize it. Nanako, what impressions did you have when you saw it? Perfect. At least we have Nanako. That makes it even easier. We have a secret agent, a cop, and a freaking high schooler. What an amazing trio of questionable skills. Don't remind me of that all of a sudden. Let me see. As far as I could tell, its movement seemed slow, but I can't say anything because it might have shown its true power at all at that time. In other words, you know nothing, Neneko. That's pretty useless. Well, that gives us a little bit of information. Just freaking not great. What's its general strength? Rough speed, stuff like that. I was in a tough spot, you know. Well, it can see it. Well, if I remember correctly, it actually can see an ultraviolet light. If I remember correctly. Don't bully her like that. Anyway, if it bleeds, we can kill it. We should be prepared to fight it at any time, though. Although, I just hope it won't come to that. That report I read was pretty scary. Are we going to be alright? Okay. I also want to know about the killer, which does come in handy. You know what? Let's get some information on the killer. Then we can go back to Rahel. Tell me, what are you doing before and after Thomas's murder? I want to hear the details. Before I went back to the dining hall, I was drinking in the lounge with Jacob. That idiot couldn't keep his mouth shut after a few drinks. He was a real fortune of information. I see. You're spending time with Jacob. I thought that Jacob kept you there against your will. But it was actually the other way around. No, that's actually a pretty good play. Got some information. It's a dirty job, but someone's gotta do it. He appeared to be in quite a drunken state, and I was only pretending to be drunk, so that it wouldn't interfere with my mission. So, what happened after that? Abby, the maid, told us that the food was ready, so we went to the dining hall. Didn't you arrive rather late? If I remember correctly, you were the last guest to arrive in the dining hall. Right, Nanako? Yes, you were. Come to think of it, I thought I'd quickly run back to the guest room building. I went to the bridge, but I noticed that the heavy iron door was closed. I figured that opening it would take too much time, so I just went back to the dining hall instead. I didn't know if he was waiting for me, or just took his time in the bathroom. But I ran into Jacob again, and we went to the dining hall together. That's it. I see. So the iron door was closed. Was there anything unusual about the corridor? unusual, nothing in particular. Ah, no, come to think of it. I think the iron doors were open at first. Doesn't that mean that someone closed them? The iron doors were open when when was that? Hmm. I was disgusted by Jacob's drinking, so I pretended I had to go back to my room to adjust my makeup. What time was it? It was before Abby told us about lunch. So it had to be some time before everyone gathered in the dining hall. Sometime before. Everyone got there in the dining hall, so the doors were open at the time. However, when I went to the corridor later on the door on the later on, the doors were closed again. It seems to be the case. Someone must have lowered the doors. Someone lowered the iron doors. There must have been a reason for that. Why would anyone need to close those doors? That is a good question, which we will answer next episode. So, I hope all you guys have a great, wonderful time and a great day too. Well, I question what we're gonna do with freaking Rahel. So see you guys next time.